He is one of the producers mostly responsible for the direction Jamaica's popular music took during the late 1970s. But little did he and the fraternity know that the direction would explode into the local mainstream at the turn of the 1980s and soon become a full-blown genre named dancehall. And that in the mid-1980s, he would create this game-changing beat. Under Slang Ting, widely credited as the first digital rhythm in reggae. Nowadays, the title that is mostly affixed to his name is Dub Master Producer. But King Jammy's credits in Jamaica's music would take pages. King Jammy, another icon on our stage this reggae month. King Jammy, sir. Blessed love.
Yes, Winston.
So good to have you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Let's look at your credits, because we're calling you Mixmaster Producer and Sound System Operator.
Firstly, I started with the sound system, you know, so that's what gave me the lead to go into producing.
Yes.
You know? And I used to hang around King Tubby's yard before he even having a studio. I grew up on the same street where he worked from.
Yes.
So I was there like every day in the yard.
And for young people listening, they should know that King Tubby is the original sound man.
Dub master.
King of dubs.
Yes.
And you worked for him, right?
Yes.
Okay. And who else did you work for?
I just worked for King Tubby's.
It was King Tubby's until you went on your own?
Yes. I was at King Tubby's until 1980, 81.
Okay.
You know?
And so, as a producer now, you were responsible for helping to change the sound of Jamaica. In the late 70s, when DJs and selectors went back to the sound system to experiment.
Yes.
With Man Sing Live, Man Chat Live, and a DJ and these things. So the music became a live situation in the dancehall, in the physical dancehall space in the late.
It was live before, you know, but it wasn't that vigorous, you know.
Yes.
Like Machuki and the man from the 60s and 70s.
And you, Roy, and so on, used to talk live on the sound, but they were just sweet talking more or less.
Right.
But man version of play and man live.
Jump on it and live and
man a sing too.
Yes,
sing and DJ.
True.
And just about all the sound systems that existed at that time.
Definitely.
And you were one of those who were making the dubs.
Right.
Yes, and you would create the dub and they would play the dub in the dance and man go on it live, isn't it?
Definitely.
Okay, so explain dub for us, because some of us don't know what we mean by dub. What is dub?
Well,
dub is a genre in its own right.
Of course,
right? Yes.
of course. Dub is when you like you have a rhythm for a vocalist, and he sings on the one side, and then you dub the other side, take out the voice, and work on it, delay, echo, reverb, everything, splash it, and make it like an instrumental, but an instrumental in a variable way.
Yes.
You know, you drop out the vocals and mix with the rhythm.
And the difference between dub and version, which is what we used to call it back then. Some other
dub is more deep. It's a more deeper mix, like a mostly drum and bass.
Yes.
You know, version is like could be anything on the other side without the vocals.
Okay, so it would include the instruments and the various mixes.
But the dub now is like drum and bass, and you occasionally drop in the rhythm section and echo it and all them things.
And it is widely believed that EDM came out of dub.
Out of dub, right.
Or what they call electronic music generally.
Yeah.
And you're credited as one of the founding fathers of EDM.
Definitely.
Do you accept that credit?
Yeah, of course. Even Major Lazer them said it, you know, I mean, without my music, dub music and things like that, or King Tubby's dub music, they wouldn't be where they are today, you know, because that's what they got their style from.
Wasn't it a big experiment by all of you, King Tubby's and all of you?
I tell you what happened. It was an experiment, but for me, mostly, when I get that opportunity is mostly when I was working for Bunny Lee. You know, Bunny Lee used to say, Jammy, every vocal you mix a dub version with it too, because we're gonna make a dub album. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So that's where the dub album came in now.
And Bunny Lee is another legendary producer.
Bunny Lee was the man who drove me to doing all those various mixes.
But you were also a specialist in sound effects.
Of course.
That was one of your specialized areas.
Yeah, man. We used to create some feedback effects, and, you know, as Bunny Lee would say, you know, not spoil. It can't spoil that style.
All right, so let's jump into 1980 now. Fast forward to 1980.
Yeah.
When you became your own man, when you grew up now, By then, you're the owner of your own sound system called Jammy's.
I had that sound system before that.
Oh, you had it before?
Yeah, I had my sound system from 1962.
From 62, you have King
from
Jammy?
my little boy, man.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So all along when you were working for Tubby's,
you had your
your
sound system.
Because Tubby's himself was a sound system man too.
Yeah.
Okay, so 80 now, 1980. You went into your own production in Waterhouse.
Right.
Your own
Same
studio.
place in Waterhouse, just opposite from King Tubby's studio.
Okay, so what happened to King Tubby's at that time?
Well, he was still there.
Yes.
You know, but I decided, I went to England, Bunny Lee took me to England, and then I decided to buy some equipment. You know, because I always want to have my own studio.
Okay.
So I just bought some equipment, came back to Jamaica,
and set up your own
string
thing.
up a little thing in the back room and go and do a thing. You know, it wasn't that popular or big at the time. I was still at King Tubby's and doing my thing at home at night when I came home.
Okay.
So we get a little bigger and decided, no, so and at Tubby's, you have to get an engineer, you know. So because I'm going to leave and thing, because I have my own thing.
By then now, the music that was underground, the dancehall vibe.
Yeah.
That experiment, as some of us will call it.
Yes.
By people like Brigadier Jerry Charlie Chaplin and a slew of others.
Yeah.
Experimenting live on the sound system. I remember as a kid, I couldn't wait to get the tapes from these dances with King Sturgav and those. And back then. And then the turn of the 80s, this experiment became a big thing. A reality. A recording, a genre. Because now we have stars who were born out of that era. Recording stars.
Yes.
Some of them you were recording. Talk about some of your early recordings in dancehall.
Well, it was mostly Wayne Smith.
Yes.
People, the guys came from the community, Waterhouse, you know. Wayne Smith, Junior Reid, we have Tulati, John Wayne, Pompidou.
Yes.
You know.
Black Uhuru was later.
Black Uhuru, yes.
Yes.
But they were earlier than the 80s, you know. Their first album I did in 1977.
Okay, under Tubby's.
Under Tubby's.
Right.
I did it at Tubby's. That wasn't computerized rhythm. That was live drums and live rhythm. You know?
So your early recordings were the guys in Waterhouse.
Yes.
And then now, in the mid-80s, Slang Ting.
Slang Ting came about.
Yes, that is the digital, the one they're credited as another change in the music. When you went, when they called computer rhythm.
When I heard that rhythm, Winford, when we came up with that rhythm, because when we started that rhythm, it wasn't sounding anything like that, you know.
Yes.
It was like a fast rock underground rhythm, you know what I mean? So I slowed it down because the guys that were playing the thing, Noel Davey and Wayne Smith, you know, they just listening to the beat of the fast things. I said, you know what? We can't get it slow and more mellow, you know. So I could use the tempo and slow it down. I would slow it down to a tempo now and add in the rhythm section. And then it was Slang Ting, you know what I mean? But when I heard that rhythm though, you know, Winfred, I said, this rhythm is going to be a big rhythm, you know.
Yes. And Wayne Smith jumped on it.
Yes.
Massive hit.
Big hit.
Game changer.
Johnny Osborne, big hit.
Yes.
Tenor Star, big hit.
That was the first rhythm where enough man went on.
Yes,
wasn't
because,
it?
Yeah, because that rhythm now, everybody hear that rhythm. Because what really happened now, I used to use my sound system to advertise my rhythms, you know what I mean?
Yes.
carry the new rhythms at dances and play it. And when I in the dance, I kind of see the reaction of the people. So I say, yes, this one going to take off, you know. So I better record more artists on it. And
how many people you recorded on it?
A whole heap of people, a lot of people. That album, I made 3 different versions of Sling Thing.
Yeah.
Albums, 3 different albums.
Wow.
4 in total.
And but all of this now, though, you get some flack from the Jamaican, a lot of flack for spoiling up the music, dancehall no good, and with the media thing that them do, and this computer thing can't work. Wasn't that a big thing?
That was a big thing, yes, but at the same time, I didn't pay much mind because, what happened? When you operate in a business, you know, Winfred, because I'm a producer, we don't just produce for fun. We produce to make money too, because I spend money to produce.
Yes.
So when you produce something, I see it going, and you have to go with it and thing, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that is why we had so many versions of it and things like that, because it was selling, you know?
So you had to follow the commercial footprint, so to speak.
Of course.
Because commercial is important.
Yes, definitely.
Takes cash to care.
Of course.
A politician said that. Siaga, who said takes cash to care. Okay, so you started to record and follow the money with Slim Thing, because it was a commercial with it.
Follow the money and still making good music.
Yes.
Because for me, I think those music was good music, but what really happened was something new.
Yes.
So everybody didn't accept it right away, you know. But after all...
But by then you had recorded some of the biggest names in music.
Yeah.
Dennis Brown, Barrington Levy, just about everybody who was anybody at the time, you had recorded.
Yeah.
On roots rock rhythms.
Of course.
And so what did they think about the Sling Thing, dancehall, computer rhythm, as they called it?
Well, at first, they didn't endorse it, but I mean, when they see the quality of artists who came to go and do that rhythm, you know, that was just cry and just some of them even jump on it themselves, you know what I mean?
Because the people wanted it. The people wanted more. The dancehall space went crazy for it.
That rhythm is the rhythm that drew Steele and Cleavage to me.
Yes. Yes.
Because they were doing some digital things now, but they wasn't exposed. They just had it in their house, you know, playing around.
Not putting it out.
But I took the chance and I released it. You know? So they saw somebody who was doing the same thing as them, but their thing wasn't getting the popular push. So they came to me and said, why? It's the same thing we are doing. So we could just group together and thing. So there comes Steele and Cleavage now with, you know, continue where the Sling Thing left off.
How many albums under your catalog?
Well, Winfred, if it's not 1,000, it was close to 1,000.
Wow. And singles? Can you put a number on the singles?
No, I can't put a number. That's gone way overboard.
So, okay, so you were the one who recorded Bounty Killer first.
Yeah. Well, it's my brother recorded him first, but it's in the same camp.
Yes.
My brother had him in the same camp, Jammy's camp.
Yes.
Because my brother used to work for me. But it's like Bounty, I heard Bounty. I wasn't paying him any mind, but I heard him one day. And I said, well, the artists are bad enough. I said, Uncle T, that's my brother. I'm going to do some song with Bounty. And him say, yeah, man, because me can't manage him in a king, so just take him over.
Oh, so you bust him?
Yeah.
But your brother used to record him before?
He used to record him before.
So why your brother couldn't manage him?
Well, yeah, what happened now? My brother didn't have the expertise in production like me. Okay. I was the more senior one, you know what I mean? And I was really the producer. He just used to work with me, and she was there. I told him that he can jump in at the production thing to man and do something, you know?
And that was the birth of the Warlord.
Yeah, man, the Warlord, man. Bounty Killer, man. Copper shot. I tell you
all of those records, those early records, were you?
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
The beef of his catalog was my production.
Yes, because he told me that he would walk over from Seaview Gardens, which is just across the road, and come over to Waterhouse and would hang out at your studio to be recorded.
All day.
And the Warlord was born right there in Waterhouse in your studio. So, all right, so we jump back now. Let's go now and talk about the sound system, your sound system work and some of the sounds you killed. Because your sound system took you around the world
all around
as a performer now.
Yes.
Performing for audience all over the world and in clashes and otherwise. So where are some of the places?
Well, we tour England, United States. We've been to Canada, Japan, all over Winford.
And you're still touring even now?
Yeah, but I'm touring on a more updated version.
Yes.
Because I'm not really touring with a selector playing CDs and things like that. I'm touring with my son Jam too, and we're doing live dub mix.
Okay.
What I do is like I carry my hard drive, my laptop, so we have multi-track. I'm a console. So we just mix live.
So now when you perform in these places, they're looking at your studio work live, in front of an audience.
Yes. And all the songs that I had recorded from the 70s, the 80s, I have everyone in multi-track on my hard drives. And I go out there and I choose a selection for the night. I might make slight changes depending on how the crowd is moving. Even when we went on Welcome to Jamrock tour, by the way, it's my it's my 5th year this year with Welcome to Jamrock Cruise.
Okay.
And we're going to have live artists, like what we did back in the days, on there with me.
Yes.
And when we're in Europe, sometimes Shiner is there with me.
Yes.
And other artists.
Talk about some sound where you kill. How much sound you kill? Name some sound where you kill already. Well, who kill you?
We get killed too, we get killed 1 and 2 times. But most of the time, I'm either the killing because, Jammies, everybody expects that Jammies have every artist in the world and things. But you have some sound who know to play them thing and sometimes them kill me too. But Scorpio is my biggest rival. We always play together.
Jack.
Jack.
Jack is always in war with you.
Jack win 1 and 2 times Winford, but Jack am my beating stick most of the time.
And David Radigan, he's celebrating 40.
We don't clash. When David Radigan, it was friendly clash because we try to, when David play, we try to educate the people about the past music and
yes.
The value for music. So we play some good music.
Oh yes, Jamaica just got a taste of that.
Right.
At the Dub Club.
Right.
Just the other day.
Right.
With Roddy.
Well, we were
at
there
40.
last year too, It's the second year now.
Yes.
We're at the Dub.
Same spot.
Dub-wise, same spot.
But this is part of his 40th anniversary tour,
yes.
world tour.
We were celebrating that.
Have you gone anywhere else with him on this tour?
Yeah, well, not on this tour, but last year we played together in Germany.
Okay. And that was, I no doubt, big.
Big.
I see you introduced some new artists the other day. Roddy at 40, that's what we call it.
Roddy at 40, right.
You introduced some artists, and you're working too with Augustus Pablo's son.
Addis,
yes, right.
Yes.
You're working with him, right? You're recording him and all. And you introduced him there.
Right.
Which I thought was fantastic.
And this other guy that you see there, Brandon the Messenger.
Yes.
This guy's from California.
Okay, yes, I saw it.
He just came to my studio one day and listened and said, man, wicked. I will be back. And when he came back last year, he came back with loads of lyrics. I tell you, Winford, you're going to hear more about that youth. Him powerful. I have an artist out of Hermitage, Augustown, named Azza Lineage. It's a group of them, but she's doing an album with me right now. Okay. She's a great young artist. Also have this other guy from Waterhouse now. His name is Vinyl. And my new project, which I just finished to be released within a month time, is the Dennis Brown and Friends. Protege with Dennis Brown, Alba Rose with Dennis Brown, Dre Island with Dennis Brown. And on this album, I have my grandson and my son as artists with Dennis Brown. Projects is my grandson and Baby G. I have also on this project, we have Business Signal, we have Agent Sasko, Jesse Royal, Joseph Wales. Bad project, man.
With Dennis? All of them playing with this?
With Dennis
You're mixing
Brown.
Dennis with them? Wow. Must be a masterpiece.
Masterpiece, man, masterpiece.
Wow, I can't wait for that. I'm a big fan of the Crown Prince, you know.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's one of the projects that I really spend a lot of time on, Winfred, to make it what it is, you know.
So it's been a while you've been at it?
Over 2 years now I've been at it.
Oh, wow.
And it's complete now. So it's going to be great.
The Dennis Brown fans around the world are very excited, you know.
I tell you, I know.
They're cultish in their following of the Crown Prince, myself included.
Definitely.
So I'm looking forward to it. Quick, take a little time and tell us about your family, King.
Well, I'm a family man, you know, as the world know, you know what I mean? Mama Iris, my wife, and my kids, John, Baby G, Jam 2, CJ, Sharon, Catherine, you know. Everybody have a touch of the business. Also my grandchildren, they're all involved in it. You know what I mean? They're involved in the music and things like that. They supported me a lot through the years, you know.
And you're still based in Waterhouse?
Yeah, I can't leave my roots. Can't leave Waterhouse.
And that's where you're doing all these projects even now?
Everything, because I've also, I have to tell about this project too. I'm building a museum now in Waterhouse.
Oh, wow, perfect.
Right where my studio is. I'm building a museum.
Boy, you say 70?
70 win for that.
Boy, you look like you're going on a 70 to rock. There's no way you're...
That's how I do.
You're not going anywhere anytime soon, boy. You're strong and healthy and alert and creative as ever, King Jammy. What a pleasure it is to have you, sir, on our stage. Wow. There you have him, man. A living legend, a living giant on our stage this week for Reggae Month. Winfred Williams, on behalf of all of us, thanking you for joining us. Do join us again next week for more On Stage. Thanks for watching our video. Please click subscribe and be on stage always.